Winter homemaking means all the things cozy, lots of time spent in the kitchen, little snippets of outside time in the snow, and of course, decorating and cleaning the home. It's winter, it's time to hunker down and be inside more. But I still like to get out for my morning walks when the weather is acceptable. It's nice and brisk and just clears my mind for the day. Candles are a great way to add coziness for the home in the winter months. I light them often during this time of year. Our Bible reading with the kids and then doing a little kitchen cleaning. It seems to be that it gets dirtier, probably because we're inside more. I'm not sure. So I needed to maintain the home a little bit more and do my kitchen floor cleaning, even though it wasn't my scheduled day to clean the kitchen. But things still need to get done, and when I have a free moment, I'm going to take that opportunity. We're starting off this cozy winter video right, of course, with some food. So after things have been cleaned and dishes done, I'm going to make some croutons with some stale sourdough bread or day old. I love doing this lately. We've been having salads as sides, and croutons are kind of just something simple to do. So season them with olive oil and salt, a little Italian seasoning, some oregano, pop them in the oven for a while until they're crispy and brown, and they are just delicious. Great way to use that bread up as well. On this particular day, I needed to deep clean the bathroom. So the shower needed a good scrubbing and wipe down. So taking all the shampoos out, the kids' bath toys, and really just making it a clean slate to work with. So I do this a really good deep scrub probably twice a month. And I love using Barkeeper's Friend. I sprinkled it on and let it sit. So I did a little bit more of the wipe down of the rest of the bathroom while that rested. So cozy winter homemaking includes time to be able to do a little bit more of that deep cleaning. It's such a refreshing time to just clean the home, refresh the home, and maintain it, because we are inside a lot more than those summer months. We enjoy watching the fast falling snow as it comes. A?
Last.
Last, good. After the schooling has been done for the day and some reading and listening to some audiobooks, it's lunchtime. And like I said, salad, so those croutons are getting use already. And I just love a crisp, fresh salad with lots of extras on the side and top. I am prepping a shepherd's pie for our supper meal, and I had extra mashed potatoes in the fridge from a previous meal, but I did need a few more, so still have those garden tomatoes stored in our food storage room, so I'm using those fresh potatoes as well as some fresh garden onions. I did get long-term storage potatoes and onions this year, which I can tell they are holding up so much better this year than my previous potatoes. But shepherd's pie is a cozy and hearty winter meal. I love just having those filling and warm meals to serve my family. Sometimes I peel potatoes, sometimes I don't. This instance, I did not peel them, so the skins are on, but it worked out well for the top of our shepherd's pie. So I just made it creamy with some Nancy's sour cream, some raw milk, some butter, some salt. While the meat was cooking, I decided to make up some chocolate chip cookies to have in the freezer, and I always serve them to our cottage guests that we have. We have a guest cottage on our property as well that is a short-term rental or Airbnb. I always put that link in the description box for you if you ever want to come visit. But good time to get those cookies prepped before I continue with the vegetables and meat for the shepherd's pie. So I kind of made up the inside of the shepherd's pie. I didn't have tomato paste, so I actually used a Primal Kitchen barbecue sauce. Delicious. It's sugar-free because I am doing no sugar in January. Salt and pepper, some seasonings, and then I made a little roux with some beef broth and flour, and it just was such a delicious filling on the inside with those creamy mashed potatoes on top. Definitely have to taste test it to make sure it's just right. I, for sure, spend a lot more time in the kitchen in the winter months. It's a really good time to practice those bread making skills, improving those homemaking skills in the kitchen, because when summer comes, we're outside gardening and we're outside just enjoying the beautiful sunshine and daylight. And in the winter months, when it gets dark by 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's a good time to hunker down and bake. Yeah. Just a little bit.
What do you say?
Just a little bit.
A snow?
Yep. We sure did not get much of a snowfall, which is very rare for where we live. We usually have feet or at least inches and inches of snow, but it was still fun to enjoy being outside. And then, of course, when we come in, it's a good treat to have as I make homemade hot chocolate for the kiddos. I've shared this before. It's just milk, cocoa powder, maple syrup, and a little vanilla, and they enjoy it. Do you want them to hold?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring you each. Yeah. I served our shepherd's pie with a side of corn that I had frozen from our garden from the summer harvest. Decided to make some pumpkin almond butter brownies that are sweetened with just a little maple syrup for a sweet treat with some tea to end the evening. A fun little splurge for this cozy winter day.
Laura saw the smallest white smudge in the laughing wrinkles on the corner of his eye, and she found a very little black crease in his whiskers. You know, you blacken them.
So it is a new day, a sunny and bright day. Not still very warm, but the sun can be very deceiving in the Midwest. It looks great and warm, and then you walk outside and it is brisk. But I wanted to work on some sourdough prep for the week. I am making some sourdough bread, the basic sourdough bread recipe that I love. I do use Farmhouse on Boone's sandwich bread recipe, just altered for what I need. And I would love to eventually share that recipe on my blog, but I just still don't feel like it's quite perfected yet because I do use mainly einkorn flour. And then I was also going to make some bagels to have prepped because when that sourdough starter is fed, I want to use as much as I can. So sourdough baking is a great thing to do, or bread baking, and getting that baking done for the week, especially when it's a winter day and it's brisk out. I'm also making some protein balls to have prepped for the week. I have shared a protein bar recipe over on my blog. This is a little bit different, very similar. It's just minus the ground flaxseed. This one, the kids seem to enjoy a little bit better, and I make them into a ball form other than a bar form. So it's just fun to have those for the kids and a healthier snack or treat. Sometimes I even eat them as a dessert because they're very sweet with the honey. But I had bulk honey that I get locally as well, and that's a really nice added health benefit to have in these bars or balls. So rolling them out to prep to have in the freezer and the fridge for the week. It was definitely a good day to have a raw milk latte. So now I am mixing up the sourdough bagel dough, and both of them sat overnight. So it was really nice to prep it the day before, have both of them sitting on the counter through the night, and then getting them made up the next day. So I also wanted to share a little aesthetic project we did in our kitchen. So on the kitchen cabinet wall, we added some sconces because I wanted a little bit more light. We had a light above the sink, but it had burned out. So I wanted something that I felt was cozy and just looked cute and charming. The following morning for breakfast, I made a cranberry walnut cream cheese bread and a cinnamon raisin bread with that basic sandwich bread dough. I just chopped the walnuts, put the dried cranberries in, and dollops of cream cheese. and then formed it into a loaf pan, and it was so delicious for breakfast, having that warm sourdough bread and just making that basic sandwich bread dough into something special. I have started doing add-ins to my sandwich bread, and it's so fun. I want to try some more savory food into my breads, like rosemary and other herbs, or tapenade, an olive tapenade with some cheese, just some other fun additions to bread. And that's the beautiful thing about homemaking in the winter months and having that extra time inside, is working on creating those fun and beautiful recipes that are just something that I wouldn't typically do unless I had more time, and I do in the kitchen, and I love it. I really enjoy making food for my family, as most of you know, because I do it often, 3 meals a day, and plus extras. So it's just something that I really enjoy. And if you don't enjoy baking as much, I get that too, because there's some things about homemaking that I really don't enjoy as much, but if I find the joy in one thing, it definitely helps to get it through the other thing. And I find so much joy in making fresh, from scratch food for my family. So find that thing that gives you joy in homemaking and really let that shine, and make the other parts of your homemaking life and experience enjoyable to the best of your abilities. So there is a cinnamon raisin one getting shaped. I'll be sticking them in the oven and enjoying some fresh slices with our breakfast. With the bagels, I decided to do mini bagels. I had not made mini bagels. It usually makes 8 regular sized bagels, but I thought mini ones would be fun. Give us a little more variety as well. So just shaping those, and I did a cinnamon raisin one plain, and then added the everything bagel seasoning to the top of other ones. They're great for breakfast. They would even be a good snack. Again, it's just fun to have those treats and breads along with a breakfast. So I hope you enjoyed coming along on this cozy winter time of homemaking.